What's going on, people? How y'all doing today on this Martin Luther King Day? I just have a quick message for you on this day. I want to pass it on. You dig? Because um, I think there was a misconception of who Martin Luther King was. Like, what you're about to hear him say is this is right before he died. So, this is something that, they try to the dominant society will try to stick him with just a "I have a dream" speech. But no, before he died, he was talking about we were coming to Capitol Hill for our checks. And if you see all the stuff that's going on now, and if you actually know the history of what happened, there's a reason why they owe us. You understand? Just listen to Martin real quick.
In the last 2 months of his life, Dr. King faced the idea that civil rights alone could not solve the problem of poverty. In Mississippi today. He roamed the South, trying to gain support for Poor People's Campaign. Its goals: full employment, a guaranteed income, and decent housing for every American.
People just don't know. It's really hard. Not only me, it's so many more in the same shape. I'm not the only one. It's just so many of us right around that don't have shoes, clothes, is naked and home. By the time you have to cook your children pinto beans morning down in the south. You know?
You see how black people were living, right? You hear her talking, right? Mind you, right now, they're having immigrants come into this country and they're giving them shoes, more than pinto beans. They're giving them allowances every week. They're giving them housing, health care, everything. Things that they never gave the black community. Unbelievable. Let's continue.
Nobody else get a good meal.
You all are really to be admired. And I want you to know that you have my moral support. I'm going to be praying for you. I'm going to be coming back to see you. And we are going to be demanding when we go to Washington that something be done and done immediately about these conditions.
This was a different Martin Luther King. Just weeks before his murder, in tones.
You already said this was a different Martin Luther King. Those are issues that he was talking about then that still plague us now. Let's continue.
Suggestive of the Black Panthers, he began to talk about how the government had broken its promise to the newly freed slaves just after the Civil War.
At the very
Listen to
same
this.
time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only...
Mind you, we're going to break it down. You heard what he just said. They gave away millions of land to white people, white immigrants. They gave them an economic base that they did not give black people. And what was given after Reconstruction, they came and destroyed us and stole it from us. You understand? So this is the reason why people are saying, you owe us reparations. Are you kidding me? You talk about pull yourself up by your bootstraps. The dominant society was given the wealth that they have. Do you understand? Let's continue.
did they give the land? They built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and
Did you hear that? They receive millions of subsidies not to farm. They receive all type of subsidies, grand lands, how help how to farm, help how to do whatever you needed to do to get these subsidies. They gave them this economic base. Do you understand? The Homestead Act, even before what he is talking about, the Homestead Act, which was, it might be the same thing, but this is where they gave off the land to black people. I mean, to white people and white immigrants, European immigrants, and they denied that land to black people. They denied it. Some of that land was already black people's. After Reconstruction, they let us go and say, hey, you got this, we give y'all that. When we build things, we build black Wall Streets and societies, they came and destroyed it. They said, oh my God, we didn't even give them boots. They created boots and built a whole wealth system. See, and then there was a Freedmen Bank created that had the Diamond Society handprints on it. So when they saw the money that black people was making, they found a way to steal our money. They stole it. Stole a whole lot of land, a whole lot of money. And you talking about we don't deserve reparations as you gave everybody else, every other group reparations? You better stop playing with me. This is the real MLK. Not the, oh, I have a dream that everybody to get along. The real MLK before he died was like, yeah, that stuff wasn't really working out. We need our checks. Let's continue.
Yeah, the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps.
Hold up.
Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps.
You heard what he said? The ones that was given everything. The Diamond the society that was given everything, giving your wealth, giving your land, the land that a lot of it used to be blacks. And you have the nerve to tell me to pull myself up by my bootstraps as you stole everything from me. Let's continue.
And this is what we are faced with. And this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we're coming to get our check.
That's a very clear message. When he said, we're coming to get our check. You heard it? I'm going to rewind that. Let me rewind that little piece. Let's start that.
When we come to Washington, in this campaign,
in this campaign, we come to get our check. Because you owe us. You understand? You owe a debt that need to be paid. Be one. Happy Martin Luther King Day.